The first plyometric exercise I'll be focusing on is the squat jump. In the first phase, which has to do with stabilization, it would be squat jump with stabilization. In this stage, the key is to hold the position anywhere between 3 to 5 seconds, and you'll repeat this 5 or 8 reps in 1 to 3 sets. In between each set, you want to rest between 0 to 90 seconds, depending on the person. How this works is you'll start with your feet shoulder width apart. You'll start squatting down as if you're sitting down in a chair. Then you'll jump up, extending your arms from behind through overhead, and then you'll land again in a flex position. When you land, your ankles, knees, and hips should be in a slightly flexed position. You don't want to be stiff, put more pressure on the joints. You want to kind of give with your body as you're landing, and you want to try to maintain optimal alignment. The second phase of the squat jump would have to do with the strength exercise. In this situation, it's very similar in the same movement. The difference is you're not holding it. So you'll be squatting in a chair, or like as you're sitting in a chair, your arms will come back, you will jump up, extend the arms overhead, and then as you land, you maintain the flex position in the lower body as well as proper alignment. The important part here is to make sure you're continuously moving. So we're not holding it for 3 to 5 seconds. Instead, we're just continuously moving at a medium pace. In this phase, you want to have medium tempo, 8 to 10 times for about 2 to 3 sets. In between each set, you're going to rest for about anywhere between 0 to 60 seconds. In the third and final stage, you will have the squat jump into a box jump. So it'll be box jump, so you will be standing on the ground like you would in a normal squat. The difference is instead of landing on the ground, you'll be landing on a box. In this situation, you're going to make sure your arms are swinging through so that you can get that power, because the third phase has a lot to do with the power. You really want to shoot up, and then the difference between this and any of the other phases is the fast pace. You want to be going quicker, and you want to make sure, like, as fast as humanly possible for yourself, and you want to do 8 to 12 times in about 2 to 3 reps. And the purpose, again, is to perform this as fast as possible. And then you'll have about 60 seconds, if you need it, to rest. The second exercise I will be focusing on are ice skaters. Ice skaters are a side-to-side movement. You'll be starting on one foot, pushing off of one foot, and landing on the other. For instance, in phase 1, the stabilization phase, we'll be starting on the right foot, balancing, jumping laterally to the left foot, and landing. Holding that position for a few seconds with a flexed knee, flexed hip, flexed ankle, and then repeating from left back to right, and again holding that again. You'll be continuously doing that back and forth, anywhere between 5 to 8 reps for 1 to 3 sets, and you want to hold each landing for 3 to 5 seconds. For the second phase of the ice skater, it will be the strength component. In this stage, you'll be going from one side again to the other, and you'll just be continuously moving. It's always going to be the opposite arm to the opposite leg. So if your left arm is up, your right leg should be down. If your right arm's up, your left leg should be down, somewhat like you're running. You'll be continuously going back at a medium tempo, 8 to 10 times for 2 to 3 sets, and you can rest up to 60 seconds in between. You should not be holding this pose for 3 to 5 seconds. That was in the stabilization phase. Now it's just continuous movement of medium tempo. For the second phase of the ice skater, it will be the strength component. In this stage, you'll be going from one side again to the other, and you'll just be continuously moving. It's always going to be the opposite arm to the opposite leg. So if your left arm is up, your right leg should be down. If your right arm's up, your left leg should be down, somewhat like you're running. You'll be continuously going back at a medium tempo, 8 to 10 times for 2 to 3 sets, and you can rest up to 60 seconds in between. You should not be holding this pose for 3 to 5 seconds. That was in the stabilization phase. Now it's just continuous movement of medium tempo.